In a guest column for The Hollywood Reporter, as told to Michael O'Connell, Henry Winkler writes about his new role on HBO's Barry, what it's like to audition in his 70s, and what element of the creative process has remained the same over the years. Oh, and he also talks about being the first actor to literally jump the shark. Winkler may have shot to fame playing quintessential cool guy Arthur Fonzarelli on Happy Days, but the actor recalls the issues that came with playing such an iconic character. After the Fonz, I didn't act for about 8 years, he explains. People said, "Oh my god, we love him, he's such a good actor, but, you know, he's the Fonz." When I did a small role in Scream in 1996, they wouldn't give me a credit. The production company felt that I would knock the balance of the movie off. Things soon turned around, however, during a test screening where his character got applause. They asked me to come back and do press, he recalls. That is a Hollywood story. They don't need you until they need you. But the fact of the matter is that I just love this work. I love going in every day, and while there are a lot of people at my age who don't audition, they also don't get the job, so I'm happy to. These days, Winkler can be found playing opposite Bill Hader in HBO's Barry, a show about a hitman who pursues his dreams of becoming an actor. Winkler confesses that the process of securing the role wasn't as straightforward as you might think for someone of his standing. Says Winkler, "My audition set and I think, I can do this character, an acting teacher. I had 12 or 13 acting teachers at Yale. I know acting teachers." The honest truth is that when you're in your 70s, young executives need to know that you can talk without assistance and walk without a walker. They need to see you. When I went in, I waited in those metal chairs like at the very beginning of my career. The actor eventually made it into the audition room where he successfully made Hader laugh. Winkler says, "I thought, no matter what happens, I have made this man, a man who I have watched all these years speak in nonsensical Italian and play Stefan on Saturday Night Live, laugh." Of course, Winkler eventually did get the part, and he points out a big difference between his most recent series and his most famous one. Barry's first season was only 8 episodes. Happy Days ran for 255. We probably had 6 showrunners over that time, and yes, I was the first actor to literally jump the shark. But we stayed #1 for years after that episode, while the phrase that came out of it swung around the world like one of those Argentine bowlers. Besides, when the newspapers, we had newspapers back then, would mention that shark jump, they'd run the same picture of me water skiing. I thought I had good legs at the time, so I didn't care. But here's where things haven't changed according to the veteran actor. There may be fewer episodes of shows now, the technology is different and some of the outlets are new, but the process of making television is exactly the same. Those human beings have to sit in front of a computer or a yellow pad and they have to write the scripts because if it's not on the page, it's not on the stage. Nothing has replaced imagination. And Winkler ends his guest column with gratitude and a few pearls of wisdom. If you complain about doing these jobs, you're an idiot and a liar. I'm still knocking on wood. Every time I show up on set in the morning, I am as excited as I was the very first time. Unless the donuts are bad. You cannot create comedy with a bad donut. To read Henry Winkler's full guest column as told to Michael O'Connell, head to THR.com. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Lindsay Rodriguez.